Hello all, I welcome you all in this today's video. In this video, we'll discuss the JDBC connectivity using Swing with MySQL. So in this tutorial, we'll take two examples. One example is for how to add into the table from the console and how to add the data into the table from Swing controls. So for that, we required some tools. One is your MySQL connector, which is used to bind the Eclipse and the ID for MySQL. Second, we required Eclipse for writing your Java code. And third, we'll require the XAMPP for MySQL. The next step is we need to install both the ID as well as your MySQL connector. So I have already provided the link into the description. So it will shows you the different versions for the Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Okay, so according to your operating system, you can install it. Similarly, for your MySQL connector, it will shows you the version for the MySQL connector. From there also you can download it. So you have to just go to this file option and the jar file. So you have to just click on this option and it will download the jar file into your system. Fine. Now next step is it will now available in your download folder, your XAMPP as well as your MySQL connector. So first we'll install this XAMPP. Okay, so after installation of XAMPP, it will shows this similar type of control. Okay, so in this control we require two module. One is your Apache and second one is your MySQL. So once you start both the module, so if there is no error, so it will turn into the green and no error as such will be printed over here, display over here. Okay, if any error is there because of the port number has already occupied by the other software or other server or the database. Okay, so you need to reconfigure it again. So how to configure it? So for Apache, you need to go this config option. First httpd config file, and here you need to search for the word listen. Okay, so now it will shows you the port number here. So you need to change the port number and then you need to save the file. Second, for your MySQL, you can go to this config and click on this my.ini, and here you need to search for the port number 3306. So wherever this port number is available in this file, so you need to alter it with another port number and you need to save this. So by this you can configure both the Apache as well as the MySQL. Okay, after that you need to start this module and go to this admin button of the MySQL. So it will open this PHP MyAdmin. Okay, so here these are the different databases which are available, and from here you can create the different table and the structure for that table. Now the next step is we need to install some software. So open the Eclipse, then go to the help menu option, then click on the new software, and from here you need to search for the different path. Okay, so from where you will get this Swing module as well as the Windows Builder module, like a package or the software. So you can search for this URL. Okay, so after that you need to search for the general purpose tool option, and in this you have to look for Swing, this Swing and this SWT designer option. So you need to tick all these options, and after this you need to look for windows.builder option. Okay, so these packages you need to select and then click on install. So as of these are already installed my system, that's why it looks differently. When I'm clicking on this hide button, so it will automatically hide the installed packages. So after successful installation, it will prompt you that you need to restart Eclipse. So you just need to click and uh, relaunch it. Okay. Now the next step is we need to create one console applications. From there you can add the details, add the details into your table. So how to create it? So simply go to the new, then create a Java project, and here you can create demo console 1. So I'm creating this project name and finish. And here I am creating one new and class file like add. So for ready purpose, I have already created one add file. Okay. So I am just copying this file and paste it for ready reference. Okay. So now in this, we have created one class file. Okay, class add. We created one main method. We created one scanner type of object, and we are accepting inputs from the user. Okay, and for it will check for the try block, and if any exception gets occur, it will throw an exceptions over here. So what are the different exceptions? Like the connections gets not executed, or time clock is not um, set like this. So we are taking all the inputs. Next, we required these three lines. One is for calling your the JDBC driver. Okay, in some operating system, these drivers are automatically installed by the operating system while it going to execute, and sometime you need to call it. So according to that, you have to make comment or uncomment this statement. Next, we are creating the connection, which is a connection type of con object, and here we pass the connection to this driver manager, and here we pass the actual path where the database is now located. So here this local host is the local system IP address. Then student is nothing but your database name, and the server time zone is nothing but the current time. Then root is nothing but the root username of your phpMyAdmin, and the password is blank. So how to check the username? So go to this server. Here it is one option. Click there, and it will show you which one is your user. In your case, might be you have different user. Okay. After that, we created one statement, and we pass this statement to this connection type of con object, and here we pass the query like insert into the data. So this data is nothing but your table name, and these are username, password, name, email, age, and gender are nothing but your column names, and we are taking it from the console, so that's why we are passing here these values. Okay, and we are converting all these string from this set string. Okay, then we'll execute this update query, and we are checking the conditions. If it is not null, so then it will print like your record added successfully, or else it will print the message like failed to add details for the student. Okay. Next important point is that we have already downloaded the MySQL connector. So how to import, how to build it? So go to your project, click right click, go to this build path option, then configure build path. And now there are different options, tabs are available. So out of that, go to this library, select the module path, then click add external jars, and select that MySQL connector and open. So it will display to this model path, and then apply and close. Fine. So after that, this reference library is now created. Now we'll save this. Okay. Now in database part, we have this student database. We have one table, and we have one structure like we are adding this username, password, name, email ID, then age and gender, and we have created the types also. So for age, we are taking it integer type, and we are setting the size for that. Okay. Now first we'll see how many records are available. So what we can do, we'll delete all the records from the file. Okay, and now we'll refresh it. So now there is no record available with this data table. So go to this code again, click the option. So it will ask you for the name. So I'm adding ABC name, then ABC 123, then ABC and ABC, ABC at the rate xyz.com, like this, student age taking 20 and mail. So now it prompt the message like your record added successfully. Now we'll see whether it is really added or not. So if I am refreshing it, so now yes, our record is now added successfully. So here it is the example how you can add the detail from the console side, but not every time we can add the details from the console side. Sometimes we require some controls from there. You can add the details into the text box, or you are selecting some controls from the drop down list, checkbox list, then radio button, etc. And we need to store that response into the database. Okay, so I hope this first example is clear to all. And now we'll moving towards the next example. So in next example, I have also created one sample. So I have created one same program. Okay. For that, I will show you how to. We have downloaded this software and packages like your Swing, SWT, and Windows Builder. So how to create that project. So now I'm going to show that. Okay. So the same thing, we are creating the new project, Java project. We are creating now Swing 1. Okay, I'm creating the same project. So yes, now it's created. Go to new, and now instead of creating the class file, we are selecting the last option, that is other. And now this, in this other, we have different options. Okay, so it will shows like you need to create a class, interface, Java project, and all. So you need to search for option Windows Builder. Okay, in Windows Builder, under Swing Designer, the first application Windows, and now next. And why we creating this application Windows means because we want to create it from the design part also, design tab also. So go to next. We added here add, finish. So now you can see here we have two tabs. One is your source code, second one is your design. And in this design, it will helpful to perform a drag and drop operation on this frame. So when we have this layout, so I can select this layout absolute. And from here, you can see that we are adding some controls. So we have different controls like components like your button. So I'm selecting button. So I'm putting button over here. Then I have this text area. I can select the text area over here. Okay, so according to that, you can make some GUIs with this Swing. So I'm just saving it and I'm just executing it for your purpose. So I can add over here and I have this new button. So you have also the properties for every component. So you can change it according to their name, their labeling, their color, background color, then their properties like enabled or disabled. Their layout is absolute or flow layout or grid layout or box layout. So by default, it having the box layout. So you, according to that, you can set their location to place. Okay, and similarly for Swing, this GUI also, you need to build path for your jar file. So you have to select this module path, select this external jars, select this connector, open and apply. Okay, so now it's also get added over here. Fine. So the similarly, I have created the project for ready reference. So I have provided the link into the description. So from there you will get both the sample code for JDBC Swing and the JDBC console. Okay. And now in design part, if you observed, we have created one simple form, and that simple form is displaying the roll number, name, class, and we have different buttons for performing the operation for inserting, then updating, deleting, or displaying the result. Okay, so when I'm clicking on the display button, so it will display me the existing records which are present into the table. If I want to add something, so I can add from here. So we can add here like I'm adding 100. The name is ABC and the class is I am telling some FY, for example. If I'm adding it, so it shows me that your data has been added successfully. Now we'll see whether the data is now added or not. So before that, we need to check what is the name of our data base and the table name. So now in this, we have database name VIT and the table name is stored data. Okay, and in this stored data, we are taking these three variables like roll number, S name, and class name. Okay, so now we'll see whether this VIT table, then database, then stable stored data, and now here we have added this detail successfully. Okay, similarly, we can also view the data as I showed you. If you want to display the data, so it will display over there. Then if you want to update the data, so you need to just enter the details like 100 and okay. And now instead of that, I have added the name XYZ and it shows me the message record updated successfully. Now see, in this, the name is ABC, and if I'm refreshing it, so the name is now get change. And similarly, we can also delete any record. So if I'm clicking on the delete button, it will ask me the record. If I'm selecting the 100 and okay, so it prompts me that record deleted. And now again, we are going to check whether the record is now deleted or not. So yes, the record has been deleted successfully. Okay, so here it is the same example for your GUI by using Swing. Okay, and it will be easy when we design any template into the web application of your Windows. Okay, so you can add different components, layouts, then containers for your project. So I hope that everyone got the idea how we can create the project by using Swing, and how we can create the project by using console, and how we can insert the data into the table. One more important point is how to fetch or how to export the database, because when you want to execute your project on the another system, so it will be very difficult to copy paste the SQL query write the SQL query every time. So what we can do, we can select the database only. We have option of export. Go to the export option and click on the go. So it will automatically export all the database. Okay, and now you can similarly from input option, you can go to the import, select that SQL file. Okay, and that SQL file you can click on go, so that will again installed into or saved into your MySQL. So here it is the another advantage of this exporting and importing of SQL. Instead of writing the structure for the table manually, or passing the query for creating the table and the column and their size name. Okay, so from this we have learned how we can create the JDBC connectivity by using this Swing and the SQL. Thank you.